Bonjour. Aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre les verbes réflexifs. In English, basically what that is a reflexive verb is how you're going to say, I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I comb my hair, things like that. So let's look at a definition first. Your reflexive verbs usually describe what a person does to or for himself. So like I said, I'm brushing my teeth. The action is happening to me, right? In other words, it reflects the action of the verb back to the subject. Reflexive verbs always use reflexive pronouns, okay? So that's kind of what I'm going to introduce to you guys. I'm going to introduce to you these reflexive pronouns, okay? So here is my example, okay? You have André sera à 8 heures, okay? He is shaving himself at 8 o'clock, okay? So your subject is André, okay? And the reflexive verb is seras, right? So if you look at the se is your reflexive pronoun, okay? And seras, just serase in general, when you want to say you're going to shave, you have to say you're going to shave yourself, okay? It's kind of weird, but there are a list of reflexive verbs that I'm going to give you in a second, and you'll know, okay, this is whenever I need to use this form, okay? So let's go down. This is my example, okay? Se laver, to wash oneself. If you want to say you wash yourself, you take a shower. Not you take a shower, that's something different. If you want to say you wash yourself or you wash your hands, something like that, then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to use reflexive verbs, okay? So as you can tell as well, reflexive verbs have a reflexive pronoun in front of it, okay? So anytime you see any verb with se in front of it, se, then you're going to immediately know, oh, this is a reflexive verb. I need to conjugate it like a reflexive verb. Just like when you see an ER verb, you are going to conjugate it like an ER verb, like E-E-S-E, O-N-S, E-Z-E-N-T. You see IR verbs, you're going to conjugate them like that, RE verbs, right? All these different type of verbs I'm giving you, this is a new one, reflexive verbs. You see se in front of the verb, then you know it's a reflexive verb and you're going to conjugate it accordingly. Okay, I'm going to move down here, all the way down here. Okay, so this is what you have. This is my example, okay? Fully conjugated se laver. So if I want to say je me lave, I wash myself. That's what you're going to use. So as you can tell, the se is going to change, okay? It's going to change to me. So anytime you want to talk about yourself using a reflexive verb, you need to add the me. Je me lave, je me coiffe, je me réveille. Okay, whatever it is you're doing, you have to have the me. If it's tu te lave, te coiffe, whatever. Il and elle is se, so it stays the same. So that's kind of nice, you know, for il and elle. And then plural il and elle is also going to stay the same, so that's nice, right? That doesn't change. Then nous and vous, just repeat. Nous nous lavons. We're washing ourselves, okay? Or vous vous lavez. So that's kind of nice. Your nous and your vous stay the same. If it's an il or elle, you just keep the se, the se. And then for je and tu, you just have to have a new form. So just kind of make a mental note, je me and tu te, okay? All right, I'm going to move on. Obviously, you're probably still writing, but I'm going to keep going. So if you need to pause the video and get this down, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some common reflexive verbs. And you guys have already written these down, I think, for the most part, when you did your vocab sheet. But I'm going to show them to you anyways, just so you can kind of get an idea of which ones are probably going to be the most common and the most important and meaningful to you. Okay, so you have se brosser les cheveux, to brush one's hair. So if I want to say I brush my hair, I'm going to say je me brosse les cheveux. Okay? Se laver, and that was our example at the top, to wash oneself. If you want to say to like wash your hands or another body part, right, you would use it specifically, se laver les mains, or whatever else you were trying to say you washed. Se brosser les dents, okay, so je me brosse les dents, nous nous brosser les dents, okay, if you're with a friend and you guys are brushing your teeth together, then you would say nous nous brossons les dents, okay. And then se lever, to get up or to get out of bed. S'habiller, to get dressed. Remember your H is a vowel. That's the reason why we don't have an SE there. Se sécher, to dry oneself. Se regarder, to look at oneself, looking at yourself in the mirror. S'endormir, to fall asleep. Se réveiller, to wake up. Je me réveille. Je m'endormis. Okay. Se coiffer. Se déshabiller. Se maquiller, se raser. Okay. And then se coucher is to go to bed. So really quickly, just a reminder, as you probably could tell from the example above, I'm going to move up. You didn't just add the me, te, se, nous, vous, and ce, right? You also conjugated your verb accordingly, okay? So it's not just a matter of, okay, it's a reflexive verb, I need to add my reflexive pronoun with it now, but it's also you have to conjugate the verb, okay? Just like we did with our spelling change ER verbs, right? Two things had to change, just like passé composé, two things had to change. Well, your reflexive verbs are a little more complicated as well, and two things have to change. You have to add your subject pronoun. I'm sorry, you have to add your reflexive pronoun, and then you also have to conjugate your verb. So this is a normal ER verb, so you would just do E-E-S-E-O-N-S, easy E-N-T, okay? I think that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, write them down, bring them in tomorrow. We'll talk about it. We're going to do a lot of practice for reflexive verbs. So just let me know if you have any questions. It's basically just a new verb. You just need to know I got to add this reflexive pronoun to it. And if I'm going to say any of these things down here, talk about daily routine items, I'm going to have to use reflexive verbs. Okay, au revoir, à demain.